Back inside the Blue Zone, Dave Griffiths joined by Joel A. Erickson of the Indy Star for First and Joel, or more today, Last and Joel, being the last week of the season for this Indianapolis Colts team. But also, the first start for Riley Leonard in the NFL. What do you think he can accomplish today for his future as an NFL quarterback?
I think there's a real chance that he can set himself up to be the number 2 going into next year. Now, a lot of that, like all of these decisions, is dependent on what Curly Ursay-Gordon does with Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen. But if those guys are back, I do think that they like him enough that if he has a big game, or not even a big game, if he has a competent backup game against this defense, there's a chance that maybe he goes into it with a chance to really be the number 2 next year, as opposed to that developmental number 3 that he was this year.
That answer begs the question about Anthony Richardson's future, of course, too, since you would expect maybe him to back up Daniel Jones, who will be the presumed starter once he gets healthy next year. But Richardson's story so far has been one of just battling injury after injury. It's not like I can sit here and tell you, and I doubt you could tell me, that he is certainly yes or certainly no going to be an NFL quarterback 5 years from now. But you can't say that yes or no, one way or the other.
No, absolutely not. And I think the biggest thing with Richardson's future is last year coming into this year, he was competing for the starting job. He was a number 4 pick. He was competing for the starting job with Daniel Jones. If everyone is back, my expectation would be that it's probably going to be Daniel Jones coming back as the starter. And does Anthony Richardson want to be here as the as just the backup, as a going into the season backup? Or is he going to ask for a chance to go prove that he can be a starter or compete for a starting job somewhere else? I would guess that at this point in his career, he probably wants to move on.
Well, the Colts want to win this week for sure to close out the season well and stop this losing skid and stop a 4-game losing skid to the Texans as well. You've been in the locker room this week. Just what's the attitude? What's the morale of the team, knowing that playoffs are gone, but you want to finish strong?
Yeah, I think, Philip Rivers kind of has a handle on, and he's kind of told us about this, but it's kind of the feel of the locker room too. They obviously know, they're eliminated. There's disappointment there. But the thing is, once you get out there on the field, nobody ever wants to get beat. It's not like you go out there and you go, you know what, I'm okay with just getting run by. Because a lot of these guys, it's not just Riley Leonard, a lot of these guys are trying to make one last case for themselves to either be on this roster or another one next year. And so that, and just the intrinsic value of competition, I think, comes out. But the team does know and does feel the weight of missing the playoffs.
When you look across the field at the Texans, you see a team that, I don't want to make this total apples to apples comparison, but has missed a quarterback for part of this season, lost their running back at the start of the year, has both cornerbacks who've missed time, but they've been able to overcome those injuries, and they haven't lost now since November 2nd. What have the Texans been able to do to get on this streak that maybe the Colts were unable to grasp?
Well, I think a big thing, and I think this applies to a lot of the teams that have lost their quarterback for a little while, they had their number 2. The Colts had to go to a 44-year-old Philip Rivers, and he played better than I think all of us expected. But a lot of these teams had number 2s with starting experience. Davis Mills, he's not going to light it up by any means, but he's a number 2 with starting experience.
Time for Joel A. Erickson's keys to the game here on the Blue Zone. Joel, what do you think are the most important things the Colts have to do to come away with a win against the Texans?
Well, Riley Leonard's got to move. He's got to move, Riley, move. Because this Texans pass rush, they obviously still have something to play for. You get Will Anderson, you get Danielle Hunter. That's 150 quarterback pressures, just 2 guys. And then you've got the rest of those guys. So he's going to have to be on the move. He's going to have to, I think, probably move the pocket a lot. That might help Tyler Warren. But he's got to use those legs of his. Number 2, manage the game. I think that this is probably going to be a game plan a lot like the Seahawks game plan, where you're not trying to expose Leonard. You're going to try to throw a lot of short passes and run the ball. He's got to manage the game well and not take chances that can lead interceptions. And then the third key is mix it up defensively. They don't have the guys. Sauce Gardner's out. They don't have the guys they have to play the way they want to. And so I think they're going to have to mix it up. They're going to have to blitz some. You're going to have to do some different stuff to get guys on Nico Collins, give C.J. Stroud some kind of different picture to have a chance on defense.
That is Joel A. Erickson delivering the goods all year long on the Blue Zone with First and Joel. Check out all his work online, IndyStar.com. We'll be right back inside the Blue Zone.